Okay, good morning, friends. Today we will be discussing the next portion of the community pharmacy, that is patient pharmacist communication. How does this work? Introduction. As everything in the life depends on the communication, so the pharmacist spend his large portion of the working day in communicating with the other people like patients, doctors, and other healthcare professional staff. Even the general practitioners are seeking advice from the community pharmacist. Due to this reason, the role of the pharmacist in the hospital is going to increase on talking to the patients and the medical staff. Poor communication may cause problems. For example, if there is an incomplete communication with a healthcare professional, there may be incorrect dosage, drug dosage, or incomplete advice on the use of medication, resulting in a harmful impact on the patients. That the pharmacist needs an effective communication skills. The good communication is based on the common sense, as no two people can be same because the personalities influence on their communication abilities, assumptions, and expectations. There are some aspects which qualify the communication as good or bad. Assumptions and expectation is one of them. As it is said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression because first impression is a last impression. When we meet someone for the first time, we make assumption about that person. Assumption means claiming greater than the real importance. Then we put people into the categories, and assumptions lead to the expectations of their behavior, jobs, and character. Initial judgment of a person is based purely on what we see, and here that includes the appearance, dress, age, gender, race, and physical disabilities. Thus, it is important to be aware of these assumptions in order to avoid the stereotyping people. For example, the impression of a person wearing a jacket may be different from that of a same person wearing a suit. People make assumptions about us based on the initial impression. For example, pharmacists working wearing a white coat in a clean clinical environment may inspire more confident confidently than the pharmacist who is wearing the bad clothing and working in an cluttered, untidy environment. It is noticed that age and gender affect our communication because of the assumptions and expectation. Demeanor. It is a way of expressing their feelings which leads to make the certain judgment. For example, a person who talks aggressively to someone make the person to feel defensive because assumption made that he has come to complain. However, if person come hesitantly may lead to the assumption that this person needs help and advice. Both will affect our behavior and attitude, tone of speech, accent, and common expression. All these have an impact on communication, as our response to the person who talking with a shouting and a complaining tone will differ from our response to someone who meets us in a friendly and welcome manner. Similarly, agent of the BBC English accent pronunciation way differently from that of the strong local accent. No one can experience same situation in the same way while the people appear to be doing a similar things as they have different feelings. We can only guess that what people are thinking or feeling from their look and behavior, called common expression. Except example, if anyone comes on on size, then his perspiration starts, which feel that his preparation is not well, but that may not be the case. Thus, it is useful for us to consider that how aware we are about our own behavior and the appearance. Non-verbal communication. These are the words which are not spoken. It is made up of the several components. It includes the tone of the voice, speed, and the volume of the speech. Generally, in only any communication, the actual words vary convey only about 10% of the message. This is called the verbal communication, while 90% of the message is transmitted by the non-verbal communication, which is consists about how it is said, that is about 40%, and body language about the 50%. Vocal communication, sometimes it is called the para language. It is concerned with the characteristics and the quality of the fluency of the voice. The quality of the voice refers to the tone, pitch, volume, and speed of the voice. The tone conveys the more meaning than the actual words. As "Thank you for asking the question" said in a harsh voice indicates that it is not agree response, positive response. If some words are said in a polite tone, it indicates sincerity or being a responsive person. The volume of must be adjusted and can emphasize on the keywords. Speed of speaking should be in such a way that listen easily understand your message. Varying in the speed and the pitch of the voice makes the words more interesting and holds the listener's attention. We heard the people who are using interrupting words like "isn't it, you see, okay, etc." It makes a conveying the message difficult and can be annoying. This indicates a nervousness or lack of confidence. Effective use of the vocal communications requires we become proficient in speaking with the confidential tone of the voice in appropriate speed and volume without using of the interrupting words. Body language, our impression on another person is mostly created at first glance. In many situations, the opportunity does not present itself to know about someone better, but the first impression is the one which remains almost whole life. Uh, if the first impression is favorable one, this will not dit- uh, distract distract or reduce the value from the communication. The poor image created may cause a problem in future meeting or even prevent the future meeting. The pharmacists who create a friendly impression become more likely for the customers, patients, and the doctors that what they say. If the customer perceive the pharmacist as unfriendly and unhelpful, then they go elsewhere for the advice or information about drug. It includes the following parameters. Gestures. The hand gestures are useful when there is an emphasis on the point or to help in describing something. It greatly enhance the communication and improve the listener's understanding. Thus, it is important that not to be overuse of them because they can distract from the spoken words and annoying the listeners. It is amazing that how much information people pick up by observing their gestures. Facial expression after spoken words, facial expression is the most important part of the communication. And the facial expression of the pharmacist at the starting the communication should be well determined to the patient. Facial expressions say a lot about mood and emotion. The facial expression should be encouraging and welcoming. It is important for the pharmacist to be able to read the meaning of the facial expression. In this way, important points about the patient's level can be judged. Eye contact. Generally, it is said that avoiding the eye contact is a common way of avoiding the communication. Maintenance of the eye contact during the conversation is vital to ensure the continuation of the process because it indicates the interest in the subject. Generally, it is a way of conveying their message through the eye. Physical contact. This is important aspect of any communication process and can be used to enhance the verbal communication. For example, a sympathetic touch of a pharmacist or a doctor encourage the patient and say more than the spoken words. However, the physical contact is governed by the social rules, means there should be taking care of the gender and age of the patient. Body posture, as we can control the words which we said, but we can't control our body language. Thus, although we can give the positive verbal message, but our body posture gives the negative message, and the listener may pick up this one, but verbal message will be lost. There are several body postures having a significant messages. Closed position. If a person is standing with his folded arms, indicate the negative posture and is not encouraging to initiating the communication. Feet position. In this pointing the person's feet direction where he wants to go, putting on the image on the listeners that he is not giving full attention. Positive body posture, it shows how the leaning towards the person who is talking or sitting in a relaxed fashion in front of the partner show a good communication. A pharmacist trying to build up a complete picture of a patient problem. Good communication provides useful information that can be used for the benefit of the patient. Types of behavior in communication. Assertive behavior, it is defined as standing up for the person personal rights and expressing the thoughts. It is the behavior of those people. Those people are positive in their thinking and are communicating a good way. They believe in the honest and appropriate way. Being assertive in listening to the other and understanding their feeling, and assertive communication is a positive way of behavior. It is useful when dealing with the battle or leadership. People who behave assertively usually achieve what they want to do. They does not think that other people doesn't achieve what they want to do. Aggressive behavior: the aggressive person violates others' rights and seeks to achieve the goals at the expense of the others. The aggressive person are of the negative thinking and put the negative feeling in the receivers. The communication will be difficult. Passive aggressive people: these type of person giving the mixed message that he is agree with you or that the point, but show anger by facial expression. Submissive behavior: they show those people who have a little confidence in themselves and poor self esteem. Even they allow the others to violate their personal rights. Submissive people rarely achieve what they want. Techniques: assertive communication, use of you and I statement. Using of I instead of you in the statement places an assertive responsibility. Use of I statement minimize the negative reactions such as anger. For example, compare following two statements which are saying same thing. You appear to have been arriving very late for the work recently. I have noticed that you have been arriving very late for the work today. First gives the impression of the accused, while the second gives the observation. Repeating the message: if request for the information by receiver is done by aggressive way, the message must be repeated. But if the request for the repeating is done in an aggressive manner, then message can't be repeated. Clear communication: for the communication we use both verbal and non-verbal language. Thus both are important. It is essential to check that whether we send mixed or confused message. An affirmative reply may be given verbally by patient, but non-verbal signs such as creased forehead may indicate that there is some confusion which needs to be clarified. Extracting the truth: the strong emotion shows the way of the clear communication. The communication will be shown angry or upset, maybe talk loudly and trying to convey the message with the issue. Thus, it is important the receiver accept this in an assertive manner. Self-talk: in the certain situation of the battle, or we work ourselves in an angry or emotional state which leads to the unclear and unsuccessful communication. If we use self-talk, talk to self, and clarify the issue or the situation, we can consider the rights. In this way we can ready to take the clear and unconfused communication. Self-talk does not mean that giving a chance to the other, but it is a way of controlling the natural emotions. There are number of the steps to increase the assertiveness. Choose the right situations. Choose the situation where you have a better chance to show your assertiveness. Behave assertively during a situation to overcome unexpected hassle. For example, asking these questions themselves: have I like the right? I like to think about it, etc. Review situation afterwards. Analyze what happened. Be honest and don't play down your success. It is said that the best questioning is one of the better social skill. In pharmacy, the questioning are asked to encourage the listener to provide the information. For example, pharmacists by doing this are able to respond to the patient and try to resolve the problem about the prescription of the drug and provide advice on the OTC drug, over the counter medication. There are two types of the questioning: open ended and closed ended. Closed ended questioning: it is type of the direct questioning in which it requires to give single words reply such as yes or no. Such questioning does not include the feeling components but provide specific information. Example: are you taking any medication before? Did you understand how to take it? Open ended questioning: in this type of question are allowed to give response in their own way. They don't need any limit and allow the person to provide detailed information. It encourages to help the people explain what they have started to say example, describe your symptoms to me. How do you relieve the symptoms of the headaches? Pharmacists also encourage the patients to explain more detail about their symptoms or condition by using the open-ended questions. Barriers to communication in the pharmacy. There are a number of the factors which can be benefit from the distract the quality of the communication. Mostly there are four common barriers: environment, patient factor, pharmacist, and the time. Environment: the community and the hospital pharmacists, hospital pharmacists and the hospital wards are the areas where the pharmacists use their communication. The awareness of the limitation of the environment plays a part in resolving the conflicts of the problem. For example of the problems are below. Busy pharmacy. This creates a wrong impression as the appear to be give a little time to the discuss the personal matters with the patient. In this, pharmacist supervising lot of different activities at the same time. He can't give the full attention on the individual matter. This thus it is important for the pharmacist that it organize their work in such a way that it minimize this wrong impression. Lack of the privacy in some community and the hospital pharmacy. There are counseling room where patients tell their secrets problem to the pharmacy, but many have not this type of the facility. So it is important for the pharmacy to provide the facilities for the additional skills. Noise as noise in a certain working areas is too much, and it is obviously obvious barrier in the good communication. It will cause difficulty in comprehending the patient. So the pharmacist should provide quality quiet environment where the patient can easily understand and listen. Physical barrier: as a pharmacy counters and the outpatient dispensing hatches are physical barriers. They may dictate and distance pharmacists and patients and create a problems in effective communication. So pharmacists should solve these problems. Patient the main but in the good communication is the patient's expectations. Today's world, people are very busy in this type of life. They are seeing good pharmacy where their prescription is dispensed quickly. They are not expecting that the pharmacist spend time to check their prescription clearly. The pharmacist should realize the this importance of the pharmacist. This was the end of the community pharmacy fast track lecture. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Goodbye.